Hi, this is Mike with 50 MTB, and we're going to do a quick demo ride here on this Ibis Ripley. Real excited to take this bike out. I took it out once before. I'm going to take it out for another run, and I'll take you along with me. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's go. Well, so far so good. It's hitting open in the back shock, and it's catching up, tracking pretty nice. I don't feel any pedal bob, but I can see a slight movement in the back, so I assume that means it's staying connected, but it feels pretty firm. Took it out on Green Mountain yesterday, and it did amazing. This thing will really rail the corners. What really surprised me is that's longer than my hardtail, and yet it seemed to cut the corners sharper and more stable. So that was kind of odd, but in a good way. Now there's a view. Gotta pay attention. It's gripping pretty good. Gorgeous view of the valley. Something else that was interesting yesterday, I took a quick ride about an hour, and I've been having some hand pain, and I rode this for an hour and had no hand pain. So a longer reach, and I'm pretty sure it's a carbon bar, might have made a difference. Which is interesting, because I thought a longer reach and a longer bike was supposed to be more, with a steeper seat tube, was supposed to put more pressure on your hands, but it felt pretty good. That was a tight turn, did good. You see that deer? I think part of it's the longer reach. I can crank the handlebar a little more before it hits my knee. I guess technically that's effective top tube. Let's see what we can do here. Almost all of it. Nice. Almost. All Alright, so that was a pretty challenging section. We had a few pedal strikes. I'd say less than a third as many as the Stumpy. Hi, this is Mike with 50 MTB, and this is the climbing report on the Ibis Ripley, the 2020. Great bike. What a really cool bike. It really tracks well on the climbs. A lot of little things. So it is interesting. It does move a little bit, so it's not completely locked out. But I don't feel any pedal bob. It's a very efficient climber. Did really well in the tech. Anything that I didn't make was more my issue than the bike's. The bike did really good climbing up stuff. I also rode it last night on my home trail, so I'm a little wiped out today, and I didn't get a video of that, but it was a really great ride. It was a lot of fun, and climbing is pretty close to my hardtail. It's not quite, but really close. A little bit better than the Stump Jumper, which I thought was a really good climber. I think this is a little bit better. Like for instance, one of the things is that new steeper seat tube angle. It's 76 degrees. That's a thing. I was climbing a lot of steep stuff last night, did not have to go up on the nose of the seat. Today when I was climbing up the steeper stuff, I did not have to move up on the nose of the seat either, and so that's pretty cool. I think every once in a while I'd move up just slightly, like maybe half an inch, but not way up on the nose like I'd have to do on my hardtail or I had to do on that Stumpy. So that was pretty cool. So and I feel pretty good. My hands feel really good on the entire ride yesterday. I know I'm giving more than just the climbing report, but my hands felt really good on the ride yesterday. I've just rode for an hour. My arms feel good, so the steeper seat tube angle is not creating a problem for me, although sometimes it does on my hardtail with a shorter reach. They've really dialed in this bike, at least for me and my body dimensions. They're working really well. So I'm really happy with the climb, and we'll take you on the downhill and show you that. I like that big dropper seat post. I think it's got a 170 or a 180 at 5. Bike Yoke. Really knocks the seat out of the way. Alright, nice turn. Turning radius works great. Oh yeah. Really move around on this bike, front and back. I rode this bike last night on Green Mountain, and we really cut well on the tight turns. Let's make this. Thank you. Blacked out head angle. Oh, I was panicked. Haha, that was a much bigger drop than I thought. Ripley handled it. Change that. Another one that made me nervous. No problem. Like's an animal. That's better. This bike is awesome. Making me look good. Hello. Have a good one. I am just loaded with confidence. This bike is amazing. Sorry, didn't hear you. Yeah, there's always someone faster. Oh yeah. Hi, this is Mike with 50 MTB, and this is the downhill report on the Ibis Ripley, the 2020. It's the 29-inch wheel, 130 in the front, 120 in the back. This thing rips. I just had a blast. This is my second ride in, like, I don't know, 18 hours or something. And so I was a little weak going up, but this thing climbed great, and coming down was a blast. I purposefully took it on a trail that's a little more techy, that I hadn't been on for several years. If you know my story, I did an OTB just under a year ago, broke a collarbone, still pretty timid about it. So I wanted to push myself and see what I could do. And this thing just inspired me, gave me tons of confidence coming down some of that rocky, chunky stuff. Was, you know, probably have 1-2 foot drops. And one section I did over 4 foot drop, totally caught me off guard, and this bike just ate it up. And this is the second time I've taken it out on a demo, and I'm just flabbergasted. This Ripley is so much fun. It's a great climber. I weighed it on my scale, and I don't know if it's accurate, but it was 26.5 pounds for extra large. This is the GX model, and just phenomenal, just phenomenal. I just rode for over 2 hours today, maybe 2.5. Yesterday for an hour. I've got no hand pain. You know, I was having hand pain on my bike from just a 1 hour ride, and this has a much longer reach. You know, that one's 440 something. This is 500 in the reach. This bar is 800. I'm pretty sure this is a carbon bar. That may be part of it. And my wrists feel fantastic. Everything feels great. So this bike was a real pleasure to take up on the mountain and take down. I hope that footage came out, because it was a blast. Now, in my youth, I would certainly send a lot more of those, a little more air and so forth, but for a guy who's had some challenges with an OTB and a lot of fear, this bike really helped me get over that and just have a blast and a great day on a challenging trail. So this one is Apex. It's, depending on who you look at, it's ranked blue or black depending on the section, so let's just call it a blue-black. Yesterday I took it on a green-blue, a little easier, mellower trail, but maybe with some more steeps, and it did great on everything. I'm trying to think where it drew back. The only thing on the bike that's a challenge is that water bottle holder. It does hold a full-size water bottle, but it is difficult to reach all the way down there while you're riding and get a drink. So that's probably the only drawback I can think of, and that's probably one I could live with based on how amazing the bike is. Amazing grip. I didn't get any video yesterday, but I want to mention it. This thing railed. I took it down a section that has pump bumps and a lot of turns and twists, and this thing just was on rails all the way around those berms. And amazingly to me, it has a longer wheelbase than my hardtail, yet it seems like it can cut a tighter turn. And what I think I'm coming down to, the realization is that because the reach is so far out, when I turn the handlebars real tight, they don't bump into my knees, and so I can make that tighter turn. I think that's part of it on those switchbacks. So that's something to think about. And if you're in the market for a bike in this travel category, this 120 in the back, 130 in the front, you've got to take this Ripley out and give it a spin. This is a fantastic bike, and that DW link in the back, it really does hook up on the ups. You do get a slight amount of movement, but I couldn't feel the bob. The only reason I knew it was moving was I looked down, I could see the shock moving maybe a centimeter or so. So probably giving great traction, but also hooking up really good. Light bike, just fantastic. Again, I hope you take it out if this is something that you're thinking about. Demo a lot of bikes, try them all. This is the one that's really fitting me well so far, and super excited about it. After 18 demo rides, this one is the one that stood out the most for my kind of riding. Well, hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you like bike reviews, product reviews, ride-alongs, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Happy to bring you along with me. And if you have any questions about this Ibis Ripley, please put them down in the comment section below. Happy to answer them myself, or other folks that are watching the video, they'll go in there and answer for you as well and get a dialogue going. So again, I really appreciate you cruising around with me today, and it was a lot of fun. Have a great day.